Evening. I was just wanting to ask you a couple of questions about the ICT because I've got James and Melinda coming next
Oh,
year,
right, okay, yeah.
and they're both quite interested in the subject.
Okay, and is it particularly IT or the computer science that they're interested in?
Well, we're not 100% sure at the moment. James is doing ICT at the moment, Melinda's doing computing.
Okay, yeah.
They both enjoy writing some programs and stuff.
That's nice.
But we're not 100% sure what the difference is between the computing and the ICT.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
On the IT, they don't really do any programming. The main difference between the two things is on computer science, we teach programming. On the IT, we don't teach programming. We do a lot of database work. More database work on the IT than we do on the computer science, actually. We go into more depth on the IT, but there's more programming on the computer science. That's the main difference between them.
Right, lovely. And you said on the programming side, what languages do they program in?
Oh, right, okay. So most students probably at school will have done a bit of Python.
Yeah, Melinda's doing Python.
Yeah. So we don't use Python, we use JavaScript. So it's a bit of a change for them. But the main reason we use JavaScript is because nearly all of our students in the second year do like online web games for their projects.
Is it difficult? Will Melinda find it difficult to swap over?
What, changing from Python to JavaScript? No, I wouldn't have thought so. No particular students have any issues with that.
Right.
It's just keeping on top of doing all the work, like, as you'd expect.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of the work, what's the split with sort of theory and practical?
Okay. So in the computer science on the A level, at the end of the year you have 2 exams and you have a coursework project, and that coursework project is all about programming and writing it up. So at the end of your 2-year course, you've got this project and you spend quite a lot of time doing that. The second year we spend about half the year, certainly a whole term, doing programming.
Right.
In the first year we spend a little bit less than half our time, maybe about a third of our time working with coding, and the rest of it doing theory.
Oh, okay. And do they need prior knowledge of how computers work and stuff for this?
No, not really. Obviously, pretty much everyone that comes on the course for A-level computer science has done GCSE computer science or something related.
Right.
So I think they find the move from GCSE up to A-level quite straightforward. We go into more, but you don't need to have. They've got a really good textbook. We've got some online textbooks as well. Plenty of resources, all the notes they have in class and everything.
Right.
So the detail they're going to is more than a GCSE, but they'll find it really, really familiar if they've done it at GCSE.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about Melinda because she's doing the computing course at GCSE. But what about James transferring over from?
And you said he's doing IT, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. At the moment with the IT, I think he'll find it. It'll be a real compliment to what he's done so far.
Right.
In IT, he'll have done learning how to use particular packages. He might have done a whole bunch of some web stuff as well.
Yeah, he's doing a project in HTML.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the computer science, we do a whole bunch of HTML stuff, and then we use JavaScript on top of that to add like functionality, make games from our websites.
Yeah, I mean James has actually does some programming in his spare time, and I
does?
saw on the
specification on the list on the prospectus.
On the prospectus, yeah, that they had to have some proven strong skills, and we just weren't sure about the entry requirements.
Okay, yeah. So with the entry requirements, if they've done computer science or they've done IT at GCSE, or if they've done a BTEC level, but in their last couple of years of school, if they've done that, then they need to have 5s in maths and sciences.
Right.
And they need to have 4 in your English.
Right.
Plus obviously a 5 in the computer science and IT they've taken.
Right.
Now, if they haven't done computer science.
Right, like James.
He has done IT, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done
IT. So he'd be all right as long as he gets like a 5, or if it's a vocational, if he's got a merit in that, he'll be fine.
Right.
If he hadn't done either of those, then we'd be looking for 7s in the maths and the sciences, or 6s with some strong programming.
Right. Okay. Good. I mean, I think both of them are only expected to get 4s in English, so they'd still be okay with.
No, 4 in English. Yeah, we do have quite a lot of written work in the project,
right.
But there's not like big essays or anything.
Okay.
So they'll be okay.
Lovely.
Yeah.
The next thing I was interested in was the resources that you've got at the college for doing the work. I mean, can they log in at home, or do they need to come into the college?
No, absolutely. Everyone at college, when they join college, they get with their username and their account. That is actually a Microsoft account, and they have the OneDrive access. So any work they do at college is automatically stored in their OneDrive cloud account, and they can access it from home straight away.
Right.
Also, because you've got that account, if you need to use any of the Microsoft applications like Word or Excel or whatever, you can download those and use them at home for free because it's all built into that account.
Right. Are the programming environments that write the code in, are they free?
Absolutely. Currently we use an environment called REPL,
right,
and that's an online development environment. We use that in IT for doing all our web stuff. We use it in computer science for doing our web stuff and our JavaScript programming. That's entirely free. There's no cost associated with it to the students or to the college at the moment.
Okay.
So, and there won't be to the students.
Right.
So I don't free to them.
I don't need to buy them anything specific for the
No,
course.
not at all. Yeah. So if they tell you they need a laptop, no, you don't need to fork out for one of those. Yeah.
Okie dokie, good. Right, and I did read something about there being this project, and you said about the Melinda's quite interested in games, but James isn't. He's more graphic-y.
Oh, right, okay.
Does the project have to be a game?
No, not at all. It used to be that we did all sorts of business type things, and we'd do big databases to track invoices and deliveries and all sorts of stuff. These days, pretty much everyone does a multiplayer online game of some sort, which everyone enjoys, but they no means have to.
Can they choose?
Absolutely, it's entirely their choice.
Right.
Total free choice.
Oh, right, lovely.
I had a student a couple of years ago who built a controller for robot hands that he'd carved himself.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, lovely. That sounds like a really helpful little chat we've had there.
Okay.
I'll have a chat with them, and we'll look through the entry requirements, and thanks very much for your time.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming on. Cheers.
Cheers, bye.